Well, good afternoon everyone. It's the first moto vlog I've done on my iron. I'm going to be doing on my iron. Let's get this thing started up. And we'll get off and I'll get talking to you as we go along. You may have seen some of my other videos on a Gladius, a Suzuki Gladius, over in Tenerife. Well, I'm back home now and this is my first on the GoPro or any kind of camera. Over here in the UK. So I'm on my trusty iron. I'm going to head out. It's a bit wet, but I'm going to head out. Just still got about an hour before my daughter's school assembly, which, like good parents, we will go to. And I've got about an hour to go, so I thought I'd take you on a few roads not too far away from where I live. It's a little bit wet out here today, but not too bad. It's kind of been dry. There's that kind of damp in the air that just won't dry up the roads, but there's no real standing water on the roads, so it should be okay. A few wet patches I expect, but you can tell by the sky it's a bit grey and overcast. Pretty average February weather here in the UK. I'm based just north of Manchester, a couple of miles north of Wigan in a place called Standish, and it's actually a pretty good place for biking. There's now out in the country and I've been going 30 seconds, so it's a good old spot. A lot of bikers around here as well. To my right over there, GoPro may, well it hasn't now, but behind the hedge is where we're going to go. We'll head up to a place called Winter Hill. It's a bit of a favourite of walkers and bikers, especially the weekends. This is a Monday, so one of these rare days I'm not at work. You can see the standing water here. This water rolls out from the fields just to my right, so even when it's really warm, it's and dry, it's still wet here. And you can just wash your bike, and in a mile it's got splashes all over it. That's annoying. So I'm on my iron. It's the first time you guys have seen it really. It's a 1200. It's had a conversion, the 1200 conversion from new. It was done before the first owner picked her up in west coast of Harley Davidson in Glasgow. Pretty much love it. Got more power than I need. It's got the stage 1 conversion as well, which the old Scream and Eagle airbox there, and advanced 9 kit, and tuned as well. Most importantly, been tuned correctly. It sounds awesome. I love it. So we're going to head, if you are keen and you're looking at a map or you want to go and have a look on Google Maps, then just search for Standish, Standish. It's just north of Wigan, and we're heading out north of Standish really towards a place called Chorley, and we'll sweep off to the right and head up over to the top of Winter Hill. The very top of Winter Hill's in the clouds there, I can just see. We won't go up that far, but it's a nice little ride. Stop at the top for a little view. On a very clear day, not like today, but on a clear day you can actually see the Isle of Man, which if you're not from these parts, if you've not heard of it, well, you should have heard of the Isle of Man TT. But again, if you've even not heard of that, then just look on a map between England and Ireland. There's a chunk of land there called the Isle of Man. Isle of Man. It's pretty much self-governed. Favourite spot for registering a company for tax reasons, all kinds of things. But yeah, it shoots to international fame once a year, the Isle of Man TT. I've not been there over when the TT's been on. I have been to the Isle of Man, but not when the TT's been on. Been watching quite a lot of different moto vlogs of people on irons, all kinds of things, and one thing I don't have, which I've ordered, is a remote for the GoPro, so I can flick it off and on from the bars in front of me. You know, I can put my hand up and stop it and start it. I've got the Pro situated just on the right hand side of my helmet. I expect it's about eye level with the various brackets. And so I can do it that way. You can see the roads are still pretty wet actually. A bit more wet than I thought it was going to be. Oh, hey. So you can see the signpost there, we're fairly close to Manchester, even closer to Bolton. Sweep to the left of these lights and hit the road towards Bolton. Oh, it's closed. Okay. Any golfers watching, there's a lovely golf course there called Chorley Golf Club. Played it a few times. Kerry, an old hooker of mine, and they do some work outside of that golf club, I think, so they block the road, but I can turn left at this junction and take me up to the same road. And we're going to head over towards a place called Rivington, which is at the foot of Winter Hill, which I taught in Bolton, well, in Horwich, which is, because this one's closed as well. I was going to go up there, but that's closed too. I can take the next major left, a roundabout. I should turn up to the right point. Good job, I know the area pretty well. And to my right down there, you can see just behind the green railings there, that's the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. Obviously goes from Leeds to Liverpool and back again. I'm originally from Bingley, which is a little town. The Leeds-Liverpool Canal goes right through. So I spent a lot of time on there as a child, canoeing on it, kayaking, even swimming in it. What was I saying? I was talking to you about my exploits as a teacher in Horwich, and that's right at the foot of Winter Hill, and we used to take the children up there walking to the top of Winter Hill. Each year some of the projects we were doing would involve us walking up there and trying to locate the source of the River Douglas or other various things and get the children out and about, so I know the area well. It's a really beautiful up there. It's quite exposed, so it gets cold, and you'll find that's the last place that snow will be. There may well still be some up there we see. We had a bit of heavy snow a couple of weeks ago. So just get past this bus and then we should be okay. This takes us straight back up to where I want to be. We're in a place called Adlington now, another little, I suppose it's a village really, but it's a big village. And then the traffic lights, well, the crossroads we'll come to in a couple of 100 yards. We're straight across and out into the wilderness that surrounds Rivington. This is a lovely, lovely place. I've picked up somewhere a fact that there are more Ordnance Survey maps sold of Rivington area than any other area in the country. Which, if true, just shows how popular it is with walkers. There's some lovely cafes there, Rivington Barn, and every Sunday on Rivington Barn, hundreds and hundreds of bikers turn up to park up and have a brew and a chat before heading out some of the roads for a ride or two. Obviously a little bit more busy here than usual, due to the fact those other roads are closed. So we're going straight on here. You can see these houses, for those of you in the States, these houses can be quite common, these terrace housing. These will be Victorian, possibly late 1800s, I expect. Using local stone being quarried in from the hills back onto these houses back onto. In Tenerife, I was on a Suzuki Gladius, which, looking back on the footage, sounded like a 125. It was a great little bike. The sound didn't do it justice really, and I'm kind of hoping the sound comes through. I've got a feeling it will do. From the old iron here. Damn, it's loud. You couldn't make this thing any louder if you wanted to. Hitting quite a bit of traffic here. Now you can see Winter Hill straight ahead there. stories of things that I picked up from local people about Winter Hill. I'll talk to you about on the way up there, but that's where we're going. Of a mile or so, we're gonna hit left here, and then by about half a mile actually we'll head across Rivington Lake. Very pretty in the summer. Drop down, you'll see the water, and there's Winter Hill. On the side of these trees on my right. I'll stop when we get up there, but we're just about to head over the dam that separates two of the lakes. You can see it there. When it's nice weather, you can't beat the views along here. The autumn colours don't tend to get the same colours in the spring. Well, it's not even spring yet, really. See that there? It's very pretty. There's a church up there and a bowling green, and an idyllic little place here. Alright, there's a little school. I think, I'm not sure if it's a private school. Not sure. I'm going to swing to the left here before we get to Rivington. Take you up over the top. This is the road over to Belmont. It's give those dogs a little heart attack. So we're climbing up now, the side of Rivington, the side of Winter Hill, sorry. A couple of things to note about Winter Hill. There was a plane crashed on it. I don't know the year, but it was a flight from the Isle of Man, I think. Guessing the 50s. There's a memorial up there. And yes, you'll probably notice as we're going up here a lot of markings on the road. Or I'm telling you now, I've said it. As we go further up, you'll see markings on the road. This is the route, en route for the Iron Man UK. Route. So this is where it's a cycle route. So they would cycle up here. I think I've got a friend who's done the Ironman, and I think they do 3 laps. It's 40 miles, 60 kilometres ish. They do 3 laps of it. So they go up this hill 3 times. I've cycled up this. By the time I got to the top, I'm not wanting to do it again. I don't know how well the GoPro will pick up. You see the forest on the side there, the wood on the side of the hill. The whole hillside there is being replanted with trees. The one bad thing about this road is the surface is really bumpy. You'll find a lot of sheep and things, just sheep. They're grazing up here. There's like fences all over, stop the sheep from going onto the road. The views won't be great today. The colours again won't be great either. markings on the road there. I would stop there on the left, but I've tried that before. The kickstand just sinks, the bike falls over. Hasn't fallen over on me, but it nearly did. There's a car park further on that we can go to. Might be able to see some people working in the, I'd like to call it a field, but I don't quite know what I'm doing down there. Looks like they're planting. Cyclist bobbing away. His core muscles, he does. Yeah, it looks like they're planting down there. So there's a car park coming in on the left that we'll pull into here. Quick wander around so we can see where we are, but we're virtually in the cloud line, so we can't see much. Sunny day, this is an absolutely lovely place to go to. Yeah, a bit of snow left here, not much. Just be able to show you the views, what we've got here. You can't see those guys working in the fields just over beyond the horizon, well, this near horizon. You can see in the distance. We're looking out towards kind of Lytham, St Anne's, Blackpool way. I can see the Ribble estuary there on the coast. I'll take you out that way another day, but you won't be able to see that on the GoPro. And in fact, these colours are quite bland now, but in autumn, these browns and reds, with the greens and the blue sky and the sea in the distance, it's a stunning view. I won't bore you with telling you it. I'll just head back to the old iron. And we'll carry on going. It's a bit too cold to be hanging around. Oh, that wind's coming through my visor. Down through these roads. You can see the water there. It's still very wet up here, as you can see. And the quality of the road isn't great at all. We're heading looking out to the distance there, we're looking east towards Yorkshire. My home county, and again we'll take you over there a few times in the upcoming adventures that we go on, I suppose. Not quite sure what happened here. Somebody was a cyclist, I think, who was at an unfortunate end. I expect a collision with a car. Coming back up this road is quite pretty. Cutting through the little hillside there. the end. I'm going to turn back round and I'll head towards back on the road we've just come through, and I'll just take you through to Rivington. Depending how cold down, I might grab a hot chocolate or something. This is Belmont we're coming into here. That's the main road between, as you can see on the signpost there, Bolton and, well, Blackburn really. Just turn around in here. You'll see what I mean, this road. Heading back is a very different experience. Just 2 miles we'll head down, back down the hill. We'll turn off towards Rivington. A couple of nice places down there. This little water hole here obviously supplies water for probably Belmont. Last time I came around here it was pretty much empty. Very wet November, December, January so far. Quite a bit of snow and things, so nothing wrong with the water supply. Autumn, the summer, the colours are just fantastic. You can see on these tight roads they're quite easy to get caught out with a van coming towards you, or a truck, or a speeding car, so well, he's got to keep an eye out really. And don't know what happened to the cyclist. I expect some sort of collision. So we pulled over on the right around this corner here. And these vans are head back over the top and down towards Rivington. I set off, I didn't think it was going to be this wet, to be honest. It just splashes up all over the place. Again, straight ahead you'll see in the summer, you'll see 50, 60 miles. On the Isle of Man, over here is kind of over there. You can just see the top of the one of the hills. Jacket's open on the top here. Nice massive. My house is kind of straight ahead of us really, between here and the horizon. Dips. side of Winter Hill, but I will take you on another day up to where you can see something called Two Lads, which legend has it 2 Anglo-Saxon boys were killed or sacrificed or something. There are 2 monuments to them, stone structures. Go and add their own stones to this monument. I don't know if much truth there is in it. But the big thing we'll see when we go around the front of Rivington is the Rivington Tower, which again I'm clutching at memories from what people have told me in the past. It was built because up on the hill there you can see 30 miles towards the coast, and you can see these ships that were oncoming, and I think it was something to do with the time of the Spanish Armada. They will keep a watch from there. Again, it's a place that people tend to walk up to, look at the views, because they're pretty stunning. Sheep that will find their way onto the road. They can't get through here. Well, so again, when we get to the bottom of this road where the cars are, we'll take a left, which we came from the right. Take us into Rivington. Yeah, it's a beautiful little village. Very expensive. You want to buy a house here, very expensive. There aren't many houses here at all, but it's very, very popular. You have car parking spaces on the left, on the right, all through here. So people come and chuck on the boots, the waterproofs, and have to go walking for hours and hours on end. It's a Monday, so it's not too busy. Well, I'll take you into here. See the lake. I don't know if you can see the lake through the trees in the distance there. That's Rivington Lake again. We're on the other side of it. There's something there called Go Ape, which is a big outdoor aerial adventure trekking course, which is very popular. What I'll do, I'll switch off and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay. Okay, got my mic sorted now. I think what might have happened on my previous little video is the mic slipped out, possibly hanging down below my jacket maybe, but we'll crack on and see what happened with that. We stopped off there at Rivington Barn just for, I just had a quick sneak hot chocolate and a piece of cake. It was rude not to. And I'm going to make a kind of a fairly swift return home. I've got said on my other video, whether it was picked up or not, but I've got my daughter's school assembly in a little while, so I want to get back and get ready for that. So shooting off from Rivington now, back over where we came. I'm quite surprised how wet these roads are, to be honest. I've said that this afternoon. I thought they might have been dry, but they're not. And the bike's in a right mess. I only washed it yesterday as well. Anyway, give me something to do on Wednesday. Give it all clean. Take it out again, get it mucky. So, again, going the other way through Rivington now. I'll take you a different way home, just in case the mic did work and I put the first video online or not. If it works, then I will do. What I thought I had was my mic tucked in just under my chin, inside the helmet, but it's somehow come out at some point. Not sure what happened there, but you should be able to hear me loud and clear anyway. I'll go cross country on the way home. I'm going to take a left here. I did come in from the right. I'll take a left here and head over somewhere called Little Scotland, a little village called Blackrod. Dull day in general. This, when the sun's out, these roads are just beautiful. So when they're dry, you can do a lot more with them, but take it easy. Okay, and all these houses are built from pretty much local stone. and they're pretty. They're built from stone and not brick. Anyway, a few things about the bike that, if anyone can, if anyone else out there has a converted 1200 Iron, but it's had all the tuning and everything, but it pops like mad in your probably won't be able to pick it up on here. So we're heading towards a small village called Blackrod. Nothing really there. It's on the outskirts of Bolton. It comes under Bolton as far as schools and things like that. There's nothing really there, isn't it? The only reason I go to Blackrod, it'd be unfair to say to drive through it. It's mainly when I ride or drive past it through it to get somewhere else, but there's a nice Indian restaurant there. Apart from that, there's a lot of people live there, but there's nothing really going on there. So I live on the other side of Blackrod towards a place called Hay, and again it's another pretty place. It's hard to think a sky like this that anywhere's particularly very pretty. It just feels rather wet, damp, cold. I'm kind of interested to know what the Iron sounds like. I know the mic's inside my helmet here, but I was saying on the way over here that the Gladius that I had over in Tenerife sounded dreadfully poor through the GoPro. It sounded like a 125 at best. It was a really cracking little bike, that was. So much so well, it's not that I'm thinking of getting one of those. I've been considering another bike to go with the Iron, and at the minute it's looking like an MV Augusta Brutale. I've seen a few new ones in the dealership near me, and I kind of like them. It's got these nice little 3 exhausts, triple exhaust. Really nice, they sound really good. I've not test ridden one yet, but I don't quite know timings wise. But if I was getting one of them in it, that's what it was going to be. I've looked at very close, the Z800, Kawasaki Z800, which there's something about that I quite like. Ducati Monster 696, but that's probably third in the list. A few of the reviews that I've seen haven't been particularly favourable towards it. I've got a biker on my rear here. Yeah, some sort of dirt bike. Gordon, who I rode with in Tenerife, he's a big fan of the old dirt bikes, and for him, because if he was him, he'd be around the side of me now. Yeah, the road's fairly dry here now. Just on some of the bends that are sheltered, a bit of like there, and the whole quite dry here. It's what I was hoping for when I set out. Far away from me now, where I live. I've been caught out in the car here, riding across this junction. It's a little dip in the road to the left, and you can't see sometimes a car that might just be there, so just try to be extra careful on that bit. So this is Hay, H-A-I-G-H, and it's a lovely little fishing lake here. I'm not into fishing, but it's a man-made lake on the left. You just see where these golden brown leaves are on the left there. Can you see it? Above the level of the road. Just been made there. So we're swinging around to the right now. I've got some great footage from a dash cam from my car of swinging around to the left here, and there are 8-foot snowdrifts either side of the road. I'll see if I'll put a link on. You can have a look at that. It's only a 30-second footage. Just going down this road here, and there are abandoned vehicles left and right. I've just had my iPhone on a dash mount, slid it down to landscape, and I press record, and it recorded great footage actually. So what we'll head over, and the next lights that we come to in a quarter of a mile, head over what's called a humpback bridge over the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. Wherever you go from here, the Leeds-Liverpool Canal meanders its way around Wigan and the surrounding area, so you're always going over it, one way or the other, whichever way you go. So whenever I'm on these rides, at some point we'll always, virtually always, head over the Leeds-Liverpool.